The fourth episode of Project Runway All Stars begins with all the designers sitting down on the runway and enjoying a cute entrance from host Alyssa Milano. "Yask power stance," shouts Anthony. Alyssa tells the designers that she's sending them on an inspirational trip to a castle in the countryside. Everyone gets really excited, especially Merline, who's like a little too excited. The challenge is to design a ball gown for a modern-day princess. Everything the designers need to make the dress will be found inside the castle, which means something's up and the designers know it. Plot twist. It's a bouncy castle filled with balls. The designers have to literally make a ball gown. A gown made out of balls. I'm screaming. You're screaming. The designers are screaming. The designers have 5 minutes to grab as many balls as they can, and it quickly turns into the Hunger Games inside the bouncy castle. The slow-mo edit is super fun, showing some of the designers jumping, falling, and even diving for balls. "How many times are we going to say balls today?" asked Fabio, echoing my thoughts. As you might be figured out by now, this is the scary, fun, fearless, unconventional challenge. Historically, these challenges bring out both the best and worst in the designers, in both their creations and their personalities. Candace admits she's not a rainbow gal, but she fell in love with a rainbow ball that resembles petals once it's pulled apart, and she's inspired to hot glue the hell out of a gown. As for Helen, who won Season 12's unconventional challenge, the fashion element is what matters, so she decides to create a textile that resembles fabric. She's ambitious, and I like her a lot. Everyone is inspired, especially Stanley, who is going balls to the wall with his kaleidoscope-inspired column gown. Unfortunately, not all the designers are having a ball. Helen starts to get lost in her head about her design and struggles with her material. Anthony's material is stunning but not that great to work with. It keeps ripping and working against him. Now it's time for the mentorship of Marie-Claire editor-in-chief Anne Fulin-Wider. Sadly, there's no fashion history lesson this time around, but she does inform the designers that despite this being an unconventional challenge, she's still expecting fashion and runway-ready looks. Anne reminds Candace that she was in the bottom 2 last week, but the designer has moved on and seems unfazed by it. Anne warns her to avoid making a Halloween look, given her bright choice of material. As for Amanda, she tells Anne she is making a psychedelic princess dress. I don't know, Amanda seems a little lost, which Anne clearly notices. She then tells Kimberly, who's using cotton balls, that her design is giving her My Little Pony convention vibes, but whatever, it's your vision, you go with it. Joshua thinks the cotton balls were just a trick designed to fool the designers and Kimberly fell for it. Overall, Anne isn't very happy with what she's seeing in the workroom because the designers did not grab enough balls. Before leaving the workroom, she pushes the designers to be creative and think outside the box. Then things get a little awkward courtesy of Helen, who tells everyone that using glue guns to finish their unconventional looks is a cop-out and she is not about that. Helen's comments do not sit well with Anthony, and he calls her out, straight up, and says that he has an appreciation for what Helen is trying to do but not for Helen herself. Gasp. "Girl, lady, listen, shut up," says Anthony in response to Helen's hot glue gun comment. When the models arrive, not one of the designers is ready for the fitting. Things are looking grim, and I am so pumped to see these designers put their magic hands and creative brains to work and deliver on the runway. Project Runway All Stars is exciting once again. The morning of the runway, everyone has a million things to do before sending the models to the Umberto hair salon and rodeo glam room. There's a lot of cutting and gluing and some yoga ball sewing, but the designers pull through in time to dress their models. Recap continues on page 2.